ask myself, Trent, do they really love you? And I'm thinking about certain friends in my life, certain people in my life, and I'm thinking about, man, do they really love me? I asked myself this question a long time ago. If all I had to offer was me, would people still be around me? Would people still support me? Would people still believe in me? If I didn't have anything beautiful surrounding my life, if I didn't have the followers, if I didn't have whatever people think that is attractive, would they still be there for me? And the truth is, y'all, a lot of people, I'm going to say this, and I said this before, I'm going to say it again. Write this down in the chat. Everybody write this. Some people don't come into your life to love you. Some people come into your life to use you. Some people don't see you as a friend. They don't see you as a homie. They don't see you as a somebody they believe in. They might tell you those words. They see you as an opportunity. And a lot of times we fall for opportunity. We let words make us fall for opportunities that really ain't meant for us to even have. We allow opportunity, we allow presentation, we allow perfection to put us in situations that's not right for our life. And we spend our whole relationships and our whole friendships and partnerships thinking, man, is this person really for me? Because true colors will show. And I want to tell you right now, like, if you didn't have those things to offer around your life, if you wasn't there for them all the time, if you wasn't that 2 a.m. friend, would they still be there for you? Right? If you wasn't their bank, basically, when they need money and they need you, would they still be there for you? Right? If nothing attractive was surrounding your life, would they still be there for you? Right? Some people are in your life, and don't overthink this. I'm not saying that you have these people in your life, but for some of you watching this, some people are in your life just for the fact that there's something about you that they can take from you. There's something about that they can use from. This is not everybody. Don't go overthinking. Don't mislabel people in your life that are really for you. But you know, in your heart, you say, man, if I wasn't this, would this person still be there? If I didn't have this to give, would this person still be there? Some people aren't around you for what's in your heart. They're around you for what surrounds your life. For what surrounds your life. So I want you to ask yourself a simple question today and be real with yourself. Like, do they really love me? I'm talking about kind of unconditional love. Of course, in this world, we all got conditions to some point, right? Don't be like, use common sense with this. But for a lot of times, man, people that are around us that really ain't for us, they are far from unconditional. Their love, their support is so conditional. Right? When it's popular to be around you, when it's popular to say they know you, they'll support you. When things are up in my life, when I was at my rock bottom, I couldn't find anybody, really, except a few real ones that are still by my side today. But when your life is no longer attractive, when you hit your rock bottom, when you go through your sickness, when you go through your pain, when you go through your depression, when you go through the things that I call the beautiful ugly, when you go through your rock bottom and hit your rock bottom, who's still going to be down for you? Who's still going to be around you? Who's still going to have your back when the world turned their back? Right? Maybe something about you fell off. Who's going to fall off with those things? But too many times we surround our life around people that don't want the best for us. They want the best for them. There's something about you that attracts them to you. Maybe it's what you've given up. Maybe it's the opportunities that come with you. But if you wasn't living your best life, who would still want the best for you? If you weren't living your best life, who would still want the best for you? Who would still be helping you? Who would still be cheering you on? Who would still be reminding you that of your greatness? Who would still be reminding you that there's more to your life? Who would still be reminding you that you're a badass? Who would still be reminding you that you're great? You need to elevate those people in your life. Keep those people close. Stop surrounding your life around fickle people. Stop surrounding your life around fair weather people. Who's going to be there in the storms? I don't care if you're in my life in the sunshine. That's easy. But if I got no hands in my storm, you going to hold my umbrella? Are you down like that? When the storms tear down my foundation, can I come to your crib? Can I depend on you? You got to get clear with who those people in your life, because truth is, we get upset when people show us who they are. Like, we get so mad when somebody has showed us over and over and over they ain't there for us, and we get mad when they don't show up for us. We get so mad when somebody tells our business when they ain't told our business a million times. We get so mad when somebody doesn't give us what we've given them. We've been there for them all the time. They never there for us, and it's been like that. And you get mad when they don't be there for you the next time. It's on you at some point. At some point, you got to open your eyes up and stop being in love with who you want them to be, and you start seeing who they are. You stop being in love with the potential, and you start seeing the truth and what's real. And ask yourself, this person really love me? They might like me. They might like some things about me, but do they really freaking love me? And I'm not just talking about relationships, man and woman. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your friends too. I'm talking about your job too, right? When it gets real, you're going to see who's real. You're going to see what's real. And real situations expose fake people. I told y'all that back in 2013. Real situations expose fake people. I told you that in 2013. And it's true. So when I go through real moments, I don't put my head down. I look around. When I go through real moments, I don't put my head down. I look around. I see what's for me. I see who's for me. And I'm going to be real with you too. Like, you got to make sure you that person to other people. Like, it's easy to say, oh, this person ain't for me, but you ain't for nobody. It's easy to say, oh, this person, don't support me, but you don't support nobody. So you might be the person. You know what I mean? This is a self-reflection session. There's times in my life where I've been that person, very rare, but there's times in my life where I've been that person, never to use anybody, but maybe not being there for people when I should have been there for them. But if all you had to offer was you, who would still really love you? If you weren't living your best life, who would still want the best for you? And I know it's hard when you have to live the rest of your life without somebody you could never see yourself living without. I know it's hard when you have to live the rest of your life when you could never see yourself not living with this certain environment in your life. I know it's hard as hell, man. I know it's hard, but it's like when we don't make a decision, when we don't value our life, when we don't demand our worth, we don't stand on our standards, what happens is that we accept toxic and we complain about toxic and we tell our friends about this person and how this person is this, how this person is that, and you choosing to deal with them. You choosing to stay in there. That's why I cannot stand when people talk about somebody that they choose to stay with. I cannot stand when people talk about friends that you see them around the next week. You know what I mean? That's a rule for me. Like, straight up. If I see you talking about a friend that you still choose to stay around, I'm not going to be around you. Because it just tells me that you talk good behind people's back, for one. But for two, you accepting something that you shouldn't accept. And you look like a fool when you do it. See, a lot of y'all talking about y'all's spouses, y'all talking about y'all's partners, you talking about your friends online, but then you stay with that person. Like, I would just say to keep your mouth shut, you know what I mean, and work through it if it's something that you need to work through. Or make a decision and stand on what you're talking about. And make a decision with your life. Of course, it's your life. You can do what you want. But a lot of times we sit and we complain online about people and things and relationships and all this stuff, but we still staying in there. Who's the fool? I've been guilty of that, right? Not in my relationship, but I've been guilty of that in my friendships. I've been guilty of that staying in environments or teams that I didn't like, but I would stay there because it was comfortable. I was afraid to make a decision. I've been there in my life. I was the fool. So yes, it's hard. I get it. But at the end of the day, if you want to live a peaceful life, you got to be good with this. Life ain't meant to live alone and be alone, but when you enjoy your own company, when you can come out here and love your life and love yourself despite what's going on around your life, despite who loves you, despite who supports you, despite who champions you, despite who, you know what I mean, you just love the sun just gleaming on you. Despite what's going on in your life, you can just love and accept yourself. That's when freedom happens, because you're no longer codependent. You're no longer dependent on somebody else for something when you can say, you know what, I'm dependent on myself and God. And the more you love yourself, I believe the more you get around people who truly love you, because you're going to stop accepting people that don't love you, right? You're going to stop accepting the standard that you living up to that they ain't living up to. I'll be damned if you try to come into my life and use me. I don't even use me. I'll be damned if you come into my life and you don't fully love me when I fully love me, right? I set the standard of how I want people to treat me. I set the standard of how I want people to value me. I set the standard of how people want to support me, how I want people to support me. So I support myself to the max. When you come into my life, if you're around me, you say you really for me, you got me, I'm going to support you to the max, but I expect you to support me. If not, I understand what it is. You ain't as real as I thought. Or I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't say you ain't as real as I thought, but I would say you aren't as supportive as I thought you were. Or maybe you're not the person that I need in my life like I thought you were.